One of the best resources to help your students prepare for the AP CSA exam is the AP Classroom that is provided by College Board. Here, your students can do sample questions to prepare for the exam, and College Board also has project checks, practice exams, videos, quizzes. They have a lot of materials here to help your students prepare for that exam. Now, the UTeach curriculum was designed with the AP Classroom in mind. In our curriculum, we will tell you exactly when to assign progress checks to your students, and I'll also show you how you can use our assignments and a special page at the end called the Teacher Only Additional Information page to filter the AP Classroom, which has hundreds of questions, into something more manageable so that you can start assigning your students review questions starting as soon as Unit 2. And that's important because you want to do review questions with your students throughout the entire year so that they can get accustomed to what these questions are like. So let me first open up our Unit 2 review assignment, which is assignment 2.17. Now, the first thing you'll notice when we open up this assignment is the teacher lesson plan page. And right in the teacher lesson plan page, we tell you which progress checks you should assign in the AP Classroom as review for your students to do. So let's flip over to the AP Classroom. So if you click Resources and Assignments on the left-hand side of the screen, and then click on All Resources, it'll pull up all the resources that College Board provides in the AP Classroom for CSA. And the first thing you'll see are called progress checks. Now, they used to be called personal progress checks. They used to be called PPCs. Now they're just progress checks. But these are assignments that you should give to your students so that they'll be better prepared for the exam. And now we tell you in our Unit 2 review assignment, you should assign this into AP Classroom for your students to do. So it's 15 questions for your students to complete. Now, if you go back, we tell you you should assign the personal progress checks or the progress checks for Unit 1, Part A and Part B, Unit 2, Part A, and then we even go into more detail. Part B only assign the string topics assessed in questions number 1 through 6. All right, so we are constantly telling you in our curriculum how to use the progress checks in the course and when to assign them to your students. Now, the next thing you'll notice here is we also talk about topic questions from the question bank that you should be assigning to your students. Now, in the review assignment, we'll give you a list of all the topic questions that we covered for the unit. But for each assignment, we tell you what topic questions we're aligned to so that you can specifically go into the question bank in AP Classroom and get a question aligned to that particular assignment. So let me show you how you would do that. So let's just pick a random assignment here. How about assignment 2.6 using objects? Now, when we open up this assignment, you'll notice that at the end of the assignment is a page called Teacher Only Additional Information. And when you click on this page, you'll see that we talk about AP Classroom alignment. So what we're saying to you is we want you to go into the AP Classroom. We want you to click on the question bank. And then we want you to first filter those questions down by the numbers that we have here, 2.1 and 2.2, which is objects, instances of classes, and creating and storing objects. Then after you filter that down, if you want to filter it even more, then come to the subsets here, 5A, 1C, and 3A. And try them one at a time because the goal is not to filter it down to like just one question. We actually want to filter it down to a handful of questions so we can then look at those questions and see which one is the one you want to use to align to this particular assignment. So let's go back into the AP Classroom. All right, and we're going to this time click on Question Bank on the left-hand side of the screen, and then click on All Questions. Now, there are different types of questions. We have multiple choice questions, which Multiple choice questions are going to prepare your students for that part of the exam. And then we have the FRQ, the free response questions. Okay. These are the parts of the AP CSA exam where the students have to write their answers using pencil and paper. All right. And basically write down their code. So we have two types of review questions in here, one for the multiple choice and one for those type of questions. So let's first do what we said we were going to do. Let's click on unit and topics, and let's click on 2.1 and 2.2. And let's see if we can filter this down from 646 questions. Wow, look at that. All the way down to 21. So just by doing the first filter of the unit and topic, I'm able to get this down to 21 questions. Now, let's just say I'm looking for multiple choice questions, not free response questions. Nice, I'm all the way down to 10. All right. But I told you that we don't only have that, we can also filter by our subsets here, 5A, 1C, and 3A. So if we come over here, we then click on practice and skills, and we're going to go down to 5A first and check it off. And now we have now gotten it down to 3 questions. So just by using our teacher-only additional information page, we were able to take assignment 2.6, filter through 646 questions, and find 3 questions in less than a minute that we can now align and assign to our students while they're doing this assignment. All right, so then I would hover over this and just see, okay, so this is a question. It's called new car. All right, yeah, this looks like something I would want to assign to my students. Ordered pair classes and then song class. All right, well, you know what? I like the new car and the song class. So I click on new car. I'm going to call this 2.6 quiz. All right, and then I'm also going to click on song class. All right, and that's it. All right, now I actually have created a quiz. All right, with 2 questions on it just for assignment 2.6 that I can assign to my students. And that's the quiz right over here on the right side of the screen. All right. After I put all my students into the AP classroom, I can then assign this to them. And I could take the grade that they get on this and put it into my gradebook because it is a multiple choice question. Therefore, it's allowed to be assigned to your students in AP classroom. And then that grade can be taken and put into your gradebook. So these are the different ways that you can use the AP classroom along with the UTeach curriculum to start preparing your students for that AP CSA exam, starting as soon as Unit 2, if not sooner. Thank you, and I hope you enjoyed this video.